It is Friday, July 12th, and I'm just going through the games on this computer to try to free up some space. So I'm going to do some recording of some of the games I haven't played in a while to see if they're any good or not. So we're gonna start off with the game WARMODE, a free-to-play shooter on Steam, which has some of the. Oh, I guess if I. Seems like it takes about 3 clicks on the arrows to get the display resolution to change. For a minute there, I thought the 800 by 600 was the highest it's going to let me do. Alright, we're going to go ahead and record this. See if the game's any good. And if not, we're going to go ahead and throw it in the archives. So here we go. Alright, for some reason this game isn't wanting to show up. Let's see. There we go. Alright, let's get to playing this. It looks like one of those many Call of Duty clones, which I still play Call of Duty 4, the original Modern Warfare game, from time to time. That's could go on a whole rant about that whole mess. It's less the game Call of Duty that I hate than the business practices of releasing the same game. Essentially the same game with some minor tweaks every year and then charging full price for it. Alright, I'll go ahead and turn off the mic, get the game started, and let's see how this is. Does the loading thing only have two settings, 10% and 100%? And if this is if this is a small team working on it, I understand some of the difficulties with. If you're a small team, you can't afford to hire a professional musician. It's not that that opening music was bad. It just seemed like it was something that somebody just kind of... They need an opening theme. They have somebody that can... It's a hobbyist composer. They threw together a simple little piano thing. So... If that was in let's say that was the music in an actual Call of Duty game where they have... Or you have $1 billion company behind it. No, that's not going to work. Well, watching this so far, it doesn't seem... It just seems like hundreds of other games out there. Call of Duty colon where you have the... Looks like this is a team deathmatch. So let's enter the game and see how it plays. Alright, apparently I hit stop record after I was done playing that game. But yeah, what I was talking about when it wasn't recording is how that game was very much it was about as middle of the road as you could get. It's just your very standard small team multiplayer first person shooter with tactical elements. I guess what a lot of people would call the Call of Duty clone. But yeah, I was looking up the company. It seems like it's a very small company, small team in Russia that works on that, as well as Blockade 3D, which is a first-person shooter multiplayer game that uses a lot of Minecraft mechanics, so you can build your base. Then the people can shoot your base down and explode it. Blockade 3D is actually if you can find a server with people on it, it's actually a fun game. I wouldn't call it a great game. But again, it's from a very, very small company. I will give them credit for even that war mode. I'll give them credit for that, just because of the difficulty of creating a game. It's not like it was 30 years ago where you'd have the 13-year-old in their bedroom with their Commodore 64, Amiga, or early PC, and they'd throw together a game using BASIC or assembly language or C or another whatever programming language they learned, and then send it off to a computer magazine where they'd publish it in one of the monthly magazines. Or a lot of those would even give you, it'd have the source code for a game. You could open up BASIC, type the game in, the code for the game, and then play the game. For war mode, you know, it's not really that. Compared to a lot of games now, I'm sure the source code is nothing compared to the code branches of Call of Duty, the newest Call of Duty game, whichever one it is. If they were to actually print that source code off, you'd probably have a bookshelf full of papers to have all of that source code printed off, and it'd probably take months upon months of your life of doing nothing but typing in the source code to have the source code for that game. To have that, to try to, it's just not practical anymore, unless it's a very basic game. If you want to make a Frogger game in Python using a green X for the frog and very, very basic paths for the moving vehicles, and they're also X's, something like that you could do in a magazine. But yeah, it looks like, I don't know if that previous game used the Unity, but I know Blockade 3D uses Unity, which Unity actually is a great engine to use for games. The problem is a lot of bad games are made with Unity. Yeah, let's pull up the game information again. I don't know if I mentioned it before I accidentally hit stop record. But on Steam, it's very mixed. The most recent reviews are mixed out of 140. 15,000 are mixed. It's released August 25th, 2015. And the way it's represented, it's a free-to-play shooter about the confrontation of two irreconcilable sides, represented by government, military housing, and armed hirelings. Try your hand at virtual battles with off-scale dynamics, hurricane gameplay in the spirit of classical shooters. And it has a leveling system in there where unlock. It has open achievements, weapons, stickers, and other things you can unlock. If you took every single tactical first-person shooter on the market that's available for PC. It took all of them, including ones that are made by 1 or 2 people, plus all the ones made by the AAA developers. This game would land in the better half of those. But that's more so just there's a glut of bad Call of Duty ripoffs out there. But it's a game I'll keep on here. I might play it again at some point, and when I get bored, join a match for 10 minutes. So, but yeah, it's a small company in Russia. For all we know, it could just be a couple people that put together a business in Russia to get it to work. But let's just pull up a couple of reviews to get some people's opinions. This person not recommended. A couple years back, this game had a small, solid player base. Now it's mostly desolated and ruled by cheaters. Pros? No pay-to-win crap? Hey, that's a good thing. Honestly, in comparison to other classic free-to-play games like Point Blank, Combat Arms, and Crossfire, this game looks pretty bad. Weak anti-cheat. No skill ceiling, no skill required. Horrendous recoil system, iron sights are just useless. No new content. Heck, a zombie mode was added, but literally nobody plays it. Now, if somebody releases a game that's multiplayer and nobody plays it, when you go to review that game, well, let's say it's with a full set of people in that game, it's the most brilliant game ever made, but nobody plays it. Do you hold it? Is it really fair to? I guess these reviews are meant for other consumers. But if you're reviewing it as a game, as an entertainment and artistic media, and the issue is that just other people don't enjoy it, but it's the most brilliant thing ever. Is that really something to hold against the company? The company can't force people to play the game. And considering this is a small team in Russia, they probably don't have a marketing department. One of the coders probably takes on marketing responsibilities. I've had some projects of my own where I've literally it's been a single man operation, so even though I have no marketing background of any substance, I've been forced to try to market things. So this person in their review said meh. If I spent money on this game, I'd have a different opinion. I'd be going on a long rant here. The fact that it's out there for free, and you can actually play the game without getting a ton of advertisements. I'm willing to. It's just a very mediocre game. Somebody said I did not like this game equal garbage. If this game is considered absolute garbage by somebody, I wonder what games they've played before. Like the PC game collection I have at the moment is around 1,000 games, going back to some mid to late 80s DOS games all the way to recent releases. I also have a pretty sizable PlayStation game collection and some other systems as well. And I have a lot of ROMs and emulators. If you want to play garbage, pull up some of the bottom of the barrel Commodore Amiga games or something from a non-PC platform of the guy released in the late 80s up to the mid 90s. Now, there's some bad stuff on there. You have the Andy Caps, the Hot Fries, snack food guy game that's pretty atrocious. And Big Rigs has a bad reputation, but and playing that game for about 10 minutes, I really did have fun driving off the map and going into some weird space where the truck just kind of flipped all over the place. And as far as spending, I wouldn't. If there's a dollar value on this game, I wouldn't recommend it. It's already been done. There's actually an open. I don't know if it's open source, but it is. If it's not open source, it's at least freeware. I don't know. It was a Quake 3 mod that became kind of its own separate game called Urban Terror. That isn't quite. It's a bit more arena style than tactical, but and that game is free. You can download. It's a much more fun game to play. So yeah, at some point I'll probably just throw this in the archive, or I might keep it on here. It just depends. It's very middle of the road. If you ran out of stuff to play, and you want an acceptable multiplayer deathmatch tactical shooter, it wouldn't hurt to try it, but very middle of the road. So I guess if I had a final verdict, it's very mediocre. Alright, I'll go ahead and get this video uploaded, and I'll continue going through this computer and hopefully posting some content that will be helpful to somebody in the meantime as I clear off this hard drive. Have a great day.